Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. So this is my second video. This is the second or third time I've done two back-to-back videos. The current date remains Tuesday, April 11th, 2017, but now the current time is approximately 6:36 p.m. This will not be a lengthy video because there was a station called Antenna TV, and from 7 to 8 p.m. they rerun episodes of the Jeffersons. So recently I uploaded a video about 4 cozy mystery series. Now I knew that I was going to do a second version of that, not necessarily a part 2, but a continuation of that, because I knew I was going to discover other cozy mystery series that have a magical or a witchy theme. 2 of them I knew that I was going to talk about at least in this video or the third installment of this video. And I know that some of you were like, but I was going to tell them about that series. And well, you should have done that sooner than later. Hello, you know. Listen, the way my schedule is, I do videos when I get the chance to do them. And you gotta like capitalize. It's like, okay, I was gonna tell Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, about this cozy mystery series, but I didn't get a chance. No, he already talked about it. So, but again, and I'm gonna say it to you with regards to this particular video series, if you know of any magical or witchy themed cozy mystery series that I have not yet covered, let me know, because I really want to get into these series. So and this time I promise you, this time it's going to be 4 series, or rather the first 4 novels of these 4 witchy and magical themed cozy mystery series. And number 1, it is going to be, I have the correct first novels of each one, because those of you who watched 4 magical cozy mystery series, you know that I didn't do 4. And one of them was not the first of the series, which was still so embarrassing. I was just like, no. Neither my amazing audio-visual tech person nor I caught that. And I was just like, oh my, it's like, I can't believe it. I'm still in a bit of a shock. Okay, so here we have It Takes a Witch by Heather Blake. Now this is the first in the Witchcraft Mystery Series. And I really love the mythology behind witchcrafters. I just want to say that it's a really detailed mythology, you know, and not just witchcrafters, but cure crafters, other kinds of crafters. I'm just like, ooh, really? Yeah. So, Darcy Merriweather and her sister Harper hail from a long line of witches who have the power to grant wishes, wishing spells. Yeah, there's a little bit of a schmutz here. I think that was me though. They've come to Enchanted Village in Salem, Massachusetts to join the family business, but they soon find themselves knee-deep in murder. Don't they always? I'm telling you, I'm glad this is fiction, because I don't want to be accused of murder every other day, you know. Until 3 weeks ago, Darcy and Harper were working dead-end jobs and trying to put their troubles behind them. Then their Aunt Velma, delivered a bombshell. They're actually witchcrafters, witches with the power to grant wishes with a mere spell. Wanting a fresh start, they head to their aunt's magic-themed tourist town to master their newfound skills. But their magic fails them when a wannabe witch turns up dead, strangled with Aunt Vey's scarf, and Vey's sweetheart, Siler, is found looming over the body. Vey is standing by her man, but Darcy overheard Siler wish that the victim would disappear forever. With Harper distracted by her handsome new crush, Darcy is determined to sleuth her way to the truth. But it'll take more than a wish to unravel this mystery. I love these puns, I'm telling you. And look, there's a new witch in town. Okay, so this one, now here's one of the things that I love about going to Barnes & Noble booksellers. The receipt comes in two pieces, and the other part is like, here are some related books that you might enjoy. Now, most of them I already have, and every once in a while I find one, and I'm like, oh, I never heard of this one. This one is from one of those times. So, Brownies and Broomsticks by Bailey Cates. Easy Bake Coven. I love these puns. I'm going to keep saying that, but okay. Katie Lightfoot is tired of loafing around as the assistant manager of an Ohio bakery. So when her Aunt Lucy and Uncle Ben, I know, right, open a bakery in Savannah's quaint downtown district and ask Katie to join them, she enthusiastically agrees. While working at the Honeybee Bakery, named after Lucy's cat, yeah, with me there's always a cat involved. Isn't that right, Isis? No, now she doesn't say anything. Believe me, I have a very vocal alpha female cat, and she makes all of her emotions well known, especially with a hiss. Anyway, while working at the Honeybee Bakery, named after Lucy's cat, Katie notices that her aunt is adding mysterious herbs to her recipes. Turns out these herbal enhancements aren't just tasty. Aunt Lucy is a witch, and her recipes are actually spells. When a curmudgeonly customer is murdered outside the Honeybee Bakery, Uncle Ben becomes the prime suspect. With the help of a handsome journalist, a charming firefighter, and a few spells, Katie and Aunt Lucy will need to stir up some toil and trouble to clear Ben's name and find the real killer. Oh, and recipes are included. Now, of course, I'm not going to recommend that you open up your own bakery and add magical herbs to your recipes, because that's not a good thing. But I love this concept, and of course, I'm always saying, I've been saying for the longest time, I want to get back into baking, and I always do. Now you watch. I'm going to start baking in the middle of August, because I keep saying, and I just remembered something. I had a friend, and she and I had gone to this business school together. And I remember I would always bring my lunch, and she would always say, I should do that. And day after day, she would say, I should do that. And one day I looked at her with love, but with firmness, and I said to her, Millie, how many more times are you going to say, I should do that, before you actually start doing it? And she looked at me like, I've given that same piece of advice to other bitches. Now this bitch is going to take it. And she did, for one day. One day. And she was like, you know what? I'd rather buy my lunch. But I'm glad that she did that. I'm so happy that she actually decided, yeah. I'm glad that she did. So you know what? I'm going to stop saying I should get back into baking. I'm going to stop saying I'm going to get back into baking. I'm just going to buy everything that I need in one fell swoop, and I'm going to bake my shit. You know what I mean? Okay. So I haven't started this one yet. And it is a Magickal Bakery Mystery. So this is the first in the Magickal Bakery Mystery Series. And I am going to, the recipes are going to be great, a great incentive for me to actually get back into baking. Or at least begin a baking practice. Let's put it that way. Okay, so two of these I discovered today. In fact, after I left Catland, I went to one of my homes away from home, which is the Barnes & Noble bookseller store in Union Square in Manhattan. And I discovered these two. I'd never heard of them before. And I got very excited about them. So, this is the first in a new series. It's called the Dream Club Mystery Series. Nightmares Can Be Murder by Mary Kennedy. I love these titles. Oh, look at the cat nudging open the dream diary. Let me do I don't know if you can see that. I got that view screen thing on the side of the camcorder, so I hope y'all can see that. Okay. So, business consultant Taylor Blake has returned to Savannah, Georgia. Okay, that's not a coincidence. This is set in Savannah. This is set in Savannah. Okay. This was meant to be. To help her sister Allison turn her dream of running an old-fashioned candy store into a reality. Allison is also interested in dream interpretation and invites Taylor to her dream club, where members meet once a week to share and analyze their dreams. When a local dance instructor, Chico Hernandez, I didn't make up the name, is found dead in his studio and the murder scene has an eerie resemblance to one of the dreams shared at the meeting, Taylor can't help but be intrigued. And when her sister, who was briefly involved with the dance teacher, that Latin meat baby, okay, becomes the prime suspect, Taylor and her fellow club members can't be caught napping. It's up to them to dream up a solution to the murder before Allison faces a real-life nightmare. And a dream symbol guide is included. Now, every witch would benefit from working with his or her dreams. And people that are on a spiritual path would also benefit from that as well. But here's what I'm going to say. Because I don't want to poo-poo Mary Kennedy since I've never heard of her before. So, personally, when it comes to my professional psychic practice, I do not recommend that people go with dream dictionaries or things along those lines, and I'll tell you why. Because dreams are very subjective. You know, and I'll tell you a quick story. So, several years ago, I used to work for 2 different shoe stores. I worked for one which was part of a chain of bookstores, of shoe stores, and then I worked for another one that's a very well-known chain of discount shoe stores. And I remember being told that in Latin American culture, if somebody dreams of a pair of shoes, it means that someone in that person's family is going to die. Now, as somebody that used to work in 2 different shoe stores at the same time, if I dreamed of a pair of shoes, I would look at it like I want to buy a pair of shoes. But that's me. That's my personal interpretation with shoes. Or I could look at it a little more symbolically and say, well, you know what? I'm going on a trip, and the trip is either local or it's not too far. It's a trip that I could take. A place that I could literally walk to if I wanted to, if I needed to. Or it could be something practical. You know, shoes. You know, I love shoes in that I love wearing shoes that are dressy. Nobody's ever gonna accuse me of being the inspiration behind a store called Shoegasm. I have no more than 20 pairs of shoes, including dress shoes, casual shoes, hiking boots, western boots, and sneakers. 25 if you want to add my pair of flip-flops. That's it. I don't have a pair of shoes to go with every bag, every suit, every other accessory. I cannot see myself ever being like Imelda Marcos and having one pair of shoes that I wear inside the apartment, or another pair of shoes that I wear when I'm in the elevator, or another pair of shoes that I wear if I'm walking from my apartment door to the elevator, or another pair of shoes that I'm going to wear if I'm going down the stairs, as opposed to going in the elevator, or another pair of shoes when I'm just walking on the street. No. And some of you think I'm exaggerating. No. Look up Imelda Marcos. That woman had a pair of shoes for everything. Anyway, so I haven't read that one yet. I've owned this novel, like 7 hours? 6? No. 4. Oh, I'm so sorry. My little keyboard. My beautiful keyboard. Okay, let me focus because it's 20 minutes of the Jeffersons. Mind Over Murder. A Raven's Nest Bookstore Mystery by Allison Kingsley. Seriously? Okay, this is not a coincidence. So Bailey Cates, by the way, the client with whom I met earlier today, her name is Bailey. Going from Ohio to Savannah, Bailey Cates, Mary Kennedy, Savannah, Georgia, Taylor Blake and her sister Allison, And then Mind Over Murder, a Raven's Nest bookstore mystery, and I bought this in a bookstore, by Allison Kingsley, first in a brand new series, okay? You can't make this stuff up, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Cousins and best friends Clara and Stephanie Quinn run the Raven's Nest bookstore in quaint Finns Harbor, Maine. It's where people go to find their most coveted reads, having no idea it's Clara who's reading their minds. For some time, all Clara Quinn wanted was to... all these K sounds too. For some time, all Clara Quinn wanted was to get away from Finns Harbor, and her inherited ability to see into the future and read people's thoughts, a trait her family calls the Quinn sense. This tag is just itching me massively, so I apologize, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. But Clara couldn't stay away for long, and soon she's helping her cousin Stephanie Quinn Dowd in her bookstore, The Raven's Nest. The bookstore has made an enemy of the town crier, Anna Jordan, who's outraged by the store's occult collection and how it's poisoning the town's youth. See? Somebody who has way too much time on their hands. Meanwhile, the store's #1 employee, Molly, has made no secret of her anger over Anna's antics. Alliteration. So when Anna is found dead, killed by a bust of Edgar Allan Poe, I should have known, sculpted by Molly, the evidence is stacked against her. Stacked. Clara knows Molly and the store are in trouble. Now she must rely on her gift to make sense of this senseless murder. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm definitely... ooh, the pages are a nice cream, and they're nice and... ooh, they have a texture to them. Ooh, yes. Yeah, so there you have it. 4 more Cozy Mystery Series. And that's basically it. So YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you for having faith in the divine to provide for you, to take you from where you are to where you need to be, or at least closer to where you need to be. And thank you for sharing something else with me, mi café con leche.